Hey guys, and welcome back to another video of ECK Sports, and today I'm going to be getting into my MLW playoff predictions. This is my fourth time recording this video, so hopefully it goes well this time. If you're watching this, then that's a sign that this video didn't, collapse in the first few seconds. But anyway, very good MLW playoffs ahead of us. Probably the best time of year for MLW. Make sure you guys hit that like button, that subscribe button if you want to see more MLW content, as I am posting MLW content all the time. I'm recording this about an hour before Magic Cobras ALDS drops. Obviously, this is being posted after that. The reason why is because I just, I've been a little bit busy with other videos and just life in general. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with the ALDS, Metro Magic are coming in with a squad of Jack Agner, Jason Chadwick, Liam Jackson, and Trevor Bonham. Jack Agner, Jason Chadwick, and Liam Jackson this year didn't really hit that well. They all hit under 215. And yes, the Magic leading batting average hitter of guys who played more than 6 games was Jason Chadwick, who batted 213. That's really bad. They struggled hitting the ball mightily this year. They were probably the worst offense in MLW in terms of just getting hits. If you're talking about scoring runs, no, they probably weren't the worst. They were probably 5th or 6th. But Bonham, he looked really good against the Cobras. He absolutely destroyed Drew, hitting a walk-off home run and a grand slam. 2 very clutch hits. And then if you look at the Cobras side of things, Drew just went off this year. 10 home runs, 22 RBIs, 312 average, 1200 OPS. He went off. And then on the pitching side, he pitched to a 2.8 ERA, 66 strikeouts, but 52 walks. That's a little much. If you look at his supporting cast, I don't know. It's tough because Andy Durant probably isn't going to be there from what I heard. He wasn't in the Instagram pictures before the series, so that hints to me that he's not going to be there. Sean Flynn is, he's had his ups and downs this year, but he's had a 722 OPS. That's not really that good. He's only really been good for 2 series. I know he didn't show up for a series or 2, but Sean, just in general, he's been a little inconsistent this year. He's not going to give you that big hit. And then Gus and Brendan Baranowski, can you really rely on them to get big hits and singles and doubles and stuff like that? Gus probably isn't going to play, but even if he does, I know, memes aside, can you really trust those guys? That's what it comes down to. I don't really trust the Magic hitting or the Cobras hitting other than Trevor Bonham and Drew Davis. And then it comes to the pitching side. Both guys raked off each other. But here's the thing. Trevor Bonham has a backup. Drew Davis does not. So that is the difference here. And that is why I'm going to say the Magic take the series in 3. Now moving on to the NLDS, you have the Eastern Eagles going up against the Great Lakes Gators. The Great Lakes Gators this year had a very interesting squad. They are going to be featuring Chris Cheetam, Brennan Jorgensen, and Brennan Szerlag. All 3 guys actually struck out more than 30 times. So that could be something you have to look out for, as, maybe they could be striking out a lot. But hitting wise, Chris Cheetam, other than the strikeouts, was really, really good. 26 walks, 26 RBIs, 7 home runs, 258 average, and a 1000 OPS. That is really, really good. He's going to come on with the power. He's going to get those clutch hits. He's going to get those clutch home runs. Brendan Szerlag has also had a very good offensive year, hitting 260 with 5 homers and 17 RBIs. The Gators are kind of scary with those 2. And Brendan Jorgensen, he puts the ball in play. He's solid too. He has 16 RBIs. Yeah, that is a lot of RBIs, and he gets walked a decent amount. I know he doesn't have the best plate discipline, especially in the beginning of the year. His plate discipline was really bad, but since then, he's done pretty well. He's not going to be consistent. He batted 172 this year. He's a solid 3rd bat for this Gators squad. And then on the pitching side, you got 2 guys. Neither guy has been very consistent this year, but Cheetam in the second half had a 0 ERA, and while that was only in 7 innings, that's pretty good for Cheetam, as he did kind of struggle earlier on in the year. He had a 4 ERA in the first half of the season. That is not good at all. Brendan Jorgensen, he's been on and off, but he's had more bad than good. I think Cheetam is probably the guy here, and I think that Cheetam is going to pitch very well when he does pitch. And then for the Eagles, obviously you got Dan the Man Schultz. Ever since that Diamondback series, he has been on the mound, looking very good. I know a 2.37 ERA, 54 strikeouts in 24 innings, and a 1.62 whip. Those Those are not the flashiest stats, but they are still very good. He led the Eagles to an 8-7 record, which is also a pretty good record. Hitting-wise, I assume they're going to roll out with a lineup of Dallas Allen, Zach Whalen, Dan Schultz, and probably Neil Smith or Clayton Price. I think, though, if they roll a lineup of Zach Whalen, Blade Walker, Dallas Allen, and Dan Schultz, they have a much higher percent chance of winning this series instead of having pretty much automatic outs in Clayton Price and Neil Smith. And yes, Dallas Allen has been a pretty solid hitter this year. He hit .290 with an OPS over 1,000, 3 homers, 5 RBIs. Zach Whalen also hit pretty well, 2 homers, 8 RBIs, .260 average, 1,100 OPS. And then Dan Schultz, I mean, after having a very, very bad first half of the plate, he bounced back in the second half. He didn't really finish with the best stats, but they were still solid, like 14 RBIs, 5 home runs, .216 average. The average isn't good, but the other numbers are pretty good. So that's definitely something you like to see from Dan the Man Schultz. Overall, I think the Eagles are taking this in 3. The reason why is because I think that Dan is going to shut down the Gators squad. I think Cheetam will shut down the Eagles. Thing is I think Jorgie is going to pitch. And that is what's going to haunt the Gators here, is that Jorgie is going to pitch. And we know how the Eagles are against Jorgie. They are very good against Jorgie. So that will kill the Gators. So that's why I have the Eagles winning it in 3 games. Moving on to the ALCS, you have the Metro Magic and the Western Wildcats. Now, the Wildcats this year, they were good. They were really, really good. Obviously, Jackson Pearson, he was definitely inconsistent, but 5 homers, 12 RBIs for a rookie is pretty good. And he had a good OPS at 934. And yeah, I know his average wasn't great. He really struggled against the Preds. But those aren't their guys. Ryan Kelly, man, that dude will walk when you need him to. You need a guy to walk, you call Ryan Kelly and you say, hey, I need a walk, and he'll come over and he'll walk. But the two guys that are going to hit those clutch home runs, they're going to get those hits, they're going to get those strikeouts, walks on the mound, are Nick Saylor and Kyle Schultz. Nick Saylor are probably 2nd and 4th in the MVP, maybe 2nd and 3rd, but they're definitely in that area. Nick Saylor this year, I mean, just an absolute stud. I definitely called it. 333 average, 21 runs, 18 hits, 29 RBIs, 16 walks, 1,400 OPS, 944 slugging, 486 on base percentage. He is the real deal. He is going to hit those homers. I mean, he hit 11 of them, tied for the league lead. In my opinion, Nick Saylor is going to mash. When I say mash, I mean it. Off both Jason Chadwick and Trevor Bonham. They're not really complex in terms of pitching arsenals. I know Jason Chadwick is expanding in his pitching arsenal, which is definitely good for him. But Bonham, yeah, riser, goodbye, slider, goodbye. Even Bonham's drop ball, I mean, Nick Saylor is going to kill that. So, as long as Bonham is pitching, and even when Chadwick is pitching, Nick Saylor is going to hit a lot of home runs. And Kyle Schultz, he's going to get singles, he's going to get doubles, he's going to get home runs hooked around the pole when he needs to. I mean, he hit very well this year, and he was slept on. Not a lot of people talk about his season. 460 average, 19 RBIs, 26 hits, only struck out 17 times, and a 1,200 OPS. Kyle Schultz is a beast. And on the pitching side, Kyle Schultz is not alone. He has a backup in Nick Saylor. I know people say, oh yeah, but Nick Saylor's not going to pitch. Don't rule it out, guys. Do not rule it out. I could easily see Kyle Schultz, if it's, like, let's say it's a 3-1 game, you have Kyle Schultz pitch the first 2 innings, and then you have Nick Saylor pitch for a change of pace. That could easily throw off the magic. That's what's been going on this entire year. You have Kyle Schultz pitch, and then you have Nick Saylor pitch, and that changes the pace of the pitching and the movement and all that stuff. So I just think that the Wildcats are going to manhandle this series. Kyle Schultz had a really good year on the mound. 2.17 ERA, 68 strikeouts, 1.83 whip. And then for Saylor, 1.5 ERA, 32 strikeouts, and a 1.75 whip. Yeah, Nick Saylor was a beast. When I say a beast, I mean it. Nick Saylor was really, really good this year on the mound and at the plate, obviously. And then I've already mentioned the Magic stats and stuff. I think the Wildcats are sweeping. I think Kyle Schultz gets the job done on the mound. He is going to throw strikes. I don't know. I think Nick Saylor is going to hit 3 home runs. I say Kyle hits 1. Ryan Kelly's going to walk. The Wildcats are taking the series with ease. Then, in the NLCS, you have the Eagles and the Diamondbacks. Now, the Diamondbacks, man, they obviously had a very good season. You know, Jimmy Knorp, I don't have to mention the stats. That's how good he was. I'll just mention him anyway. 34 RBIs, 11 home runs, 390 average, 1,500 OPS, just absolutely unbelievable. More walks than strikeouts, 25 hits, 1 less than the GOAT himself. He had 2 triples and 2 doubles. I mean, he's going to hit a lot of homers. He's going to hit 2 homers this series at least. And then you have Michael Schema and Jonah Heath, who both hit around 240. You know, Jonah Heath having 4 homers, 14 RBIs. Michael Schema, 5 homers, 18 RBIs. Jonah is a walk machine. I think he led the league in walks. I could be wrong, but he had 36 walks. That is crazy good. And then Jimmy Knorp also walks a lot. He has 30 walks. To have 2 guys with 30-plus walks is really good. All 3 guys had over 900 OPSs, and even Ben Wilson, he is a very clutch player. If you need him to come in there and hit a home run, he will do it. I have the Diamondbacks taking this in 3. Obviously, Dan is Dan. He's Dan, so he's gonna make some sort of push to win the series because it's Daniel Schultz. I think Zach Whalen, Dallas Allen, they're going to get some hits. But overall, I think that Jimmy Knorp, he's going to hit 2 homers. He's going to pitch really well. And he does have a backup in Jonah Heath in case he needs it. So I'm going with the Diamondbacks in 3. Now, you got the World Series of the Diamondbacks and the Wildcats. 2 very, very good teams. Either team could come out on top with this one. You have Jimmy Knorp, MVP, Cy Young, whatever you want to call him, unbelievable. With the Wildcats, you have the GOAT, batting average leader. And then you have Nick Saylor, who does not exist. He is not even human. Just unbelievable player. And overall, in 4 games, I am going with the Downtown Diamondbacks. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Downtown Diamondbacks are going to win the World Series in 4 games against the Western Wildcats. This is the year of the Diamondbacks. If the Diamondbacks don't win, I mean, come on. Like, this is the year of the Diamondbacks. They should win the World Series, and I believe they are. 2019, year of the Predator, they win. 2020, year of the Gators, they win. 2018, year of the Wildcats, they win. 2017, I don't know about that one. You could really go any way on that one. You could say it was the year of the Eagles. Maybe even been the year of the Mallards. They won. So overall, I'm going with the Diamondbacks. Jimmy Knorp is going to come up clutch, and he is going to hit a walk-off home run off a Kyle Schultz riser to win the World Series. That is going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys hit that like button, that subscribe button. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.